Feedback Learnex. English forever.
Skin and emotions. What is their relationship? When we are sad or stressed, our skin seems to be less lustrous, rougher, dehydrated, and with less color than usual. However, if we feel good, our complexion seems to be in perfect harmony. This is evidence of the revealing relationship that exists between skin and emotions. With about 2 meters long and more than 5 kilos of weight, the skin is the largest organ in our body, and it is an open book about mood and health problems. Therefore, any intense negative sensation can be made visible through it. Allergies, itching, roughness, paleness, redness, hives, dryness, cracking, wounds, changes in pigmentation, sweating, dehydration. These are difficult to hide, and some of the changes that can appear on the skin that lack a physiological trigger. They can be psychosomatic alterations whose origin is physiological and emotional root. Skin and emotions are intimately related. The skin sometimes expresses what we basically silenced. Momentary skin disorders. When we feel ashamed, our cheeks turn red. If we are afraid, a pale tone invades us. When we are in love, our face lights up. If something shakes us, the skin bristles. There are many cases in which small changes in the skin show us how we are. The stimuli that we receive from the environment activate a series of systems in our organism. For example, when we feel anger, our body starts the nervous system, the endocrine system, or the immune system, among others. That very negative feeling produces a series of changes in our body, which have both an internal and external manifestation. Emotions in the area of altered skin. The area in which these changes occur shows the impact and intensity of emotion in that part of the body. If we see small pimples or pimples on the face, we may be feeling fear of losing prestige, an inferiority complex, or even having the need to be protected. In the head can be a sign of a creative jam or a need to change our thinking and break with the established. They can also be related to the longing for a past that we want to recover or emotional wounds. Herpes on the lips and thighs are usually a sign of restlessness and nervousness. In these cases, skin and emotions come together to try to externalize our panic, anger, fear, despair, or emotional shielding. The alterations of the skin on the feet possibly reflect dissatisfaction with the place where we usually meet and the need to experience change. If the alterations are found in the arms, they can indicate lack of affection and absence of emotional contact. They can also be indicative of the existence of conflicts in work or studies, especially if the alteration occurs in the elbows. When they occur in the hands, the imbalance manifests itself between the acts of giving and receiving. The skin is composed of 3 layers. The epidermis is the most superficial, the dermis the intermediate, and the hypodermis the deepest. Thus, depending on which of them the alteration occurs, the types of emotional conflicts will be different. Without a doubt, this is another evidence of the relationship between skin and emotions. Problems in the epidermis usually reflect a conflict due to separation, loss of a partner, relationship difficulties with a relative, friends, or with the group of belonging. The eczemas in this layer are a sign of fear or dread of being alone and isolated. Scleroderma may reflect a dramatic separation with no solution. Psoriasis shows a problem of double separation, with oneself and another contact. In the dermis, they show problems of separation and loss of physical identity. The warts in this layer of the skin show a kind of scar caused by a previous attack. It is a shield that has left a mark of attack or aggression. If they appear in the lower extremities, the conflict is associated with childhood. Finally, in the hypodermis, it indicates an aesthetic devaluation of oneself, lack of confidence, overweight, or fluid retention. It is also related to a self-devastating judgment. Emotional diseases. When the liver does not work properly, the accumulation of bilirubin in the body causes jaundice. That is, the skin becomes yellowish. a clarifying sign of the relationship of this organ with other tissues, right? Although the scientific evidence is still not very revealing, it is believed that harboring hatred, resentment, envy, or anger for a long time has a serious impact on our physical health. Likewise, atopic dermatitis is related to the presence of anxiety and phobias. People with these problems usually have very strict control of their aggressive impulses, which they direct towards their skin. On the other hand, urticaria is associated with the fantasy of being attacked. Therefore, people who suffer from it are often fearful, passive, and sensitive, especially in their social relationships. As we see, skin and emotions maintain an integral bond. That is why any external altercation on this organ has to be taken care of, and not only by moisturizers and drugs, but by checking your interior.
Feedback Learnex, English Forever. Estamos en sintonía. Feedback Learnex, English Forever.